The two most important days of your life, the day you were born and the day you find out why. Let's get it. Oh man, episode 22. Oh man, who would have thought I would have been this consistent? Man, when you got a vision and you realize what your purpose is, it makes things so much easier. Like, I didn't have to get up and work to record this episode. I got up because my body told me this is what you're supposed to do. It's a difference when you're doing what you're supposed to do and doing what you have to do. I'm supposed to do this. I was born to do this. I'm walking in my purpose. And that brings me to today's episode. It's about purpose, living in your purpose. If you want to fulfill life, you need to be living in your purpose. And that quote that I just said in the beginning of this video was by Twain. And it just struck a nerve with me. And I was like, I got to make a video on it, you know? And it just made me think about all the different times in my life and all the different seasons in my life on when it was a successful season versus a non-successful season. I see why, because one, I was living in my passion and my purpose, and another, I wasn't living in my purpose. I wasn't living in my passion. I was doing things for the wrong reasons. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because this is really, really some like eye-opening things is when you start to learn why you are here, why were you born, what's your purpose, you become fulfilled. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, I appreciate all my mentees, all the people that join my coaching program. I appreciate you guys. We are locked in. My one-on-one, if you want to know more information about it, go to my website, www.michaeljmcdonald.com. It's more information there. Group coaching is about to start on January 4th. I'm going to be putting a lot of traction behind that, because that's going to allow me personally to scale this business and to help more people. So I teach you guys how to scale your business. So I literally have to do the same thing for myself, right? I have to scale my business. It's only one of me, right? So my one-on-ones is at like 20 people. And depending on like the next 5 people, I'm going to take 5 people. That's not going to really like take so much work, because like 10 of the people that I have are going to take a lot of work to like get to the finish line. But sometimes like you can change one thing in your business and it'll change the whole entire landscape of your business. And like, you might think that you need to change a bunch of things, but not really, not necessarily. You can literally change one thing and it'll change the whole outcome of your business. So that's what we'll be doing. So it's a few businesses like that. The next 5 businesses, I want to like really like do a nice little audit of your businesses and see if it is that one thing that I can change to like, you know, dramatically change the trajectory of your business, then I'm going to be with it. So today's episode is pursuing passion and purpose. And I got that from ChatGPT. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT, give me some ideas on mindset. And like I input a lot of information. That's the thing about ChatGPT. You have to input, the more information you input, the better results you'll get. And I inputted like I just wanted to really know like a mindset, and I knew where I wanted to go with this episode, but I needed a little bit structure to it. And that's when I got the quote. So now like I started reading a lot more and like reading different quotes, like not necessarily reading books. I'm gonna get to that part, but I read quotes. I say, tell me quotes on purpose. Tell me quotes on passion. Tell me quotes on life. And I read these quotes, and those quotes inspire my episodes. And that's why the Mark Twain quote, it inspired me to do this episode. It's like, you really like, there's not too many important days of your life, but 2 most important days are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And that struck a nerve with me. And I'm like, let's talk about it, right? So I want to start with saying like how I started to live without passion, without purpose, how unfulfilled I was. And it goes with the first time I started making a lot of money, right? And the first time when I was making a lot of money, I partnered with a company that I really wasn't passionate about, but I knew personally, that the business could make a lot of money. So right off the jump, my purpose was about money. So I wasn't really living in I wasn't living in my passion. I wasn't living in my purpose, because the reason why I was partnering with this particular company that I wasn't really interested in was because I wanted to make money, and I knew the business could make money. And I started to make a lot of money, right? And the thing about it is, I came from nothing, so I never really had a lot of money. But when you never had no money, you start getting money, you spend money like, crazy and absurd. So, and that's what that was me, because I was trying to fulfill something, a void in my life. And it wasn't until like I started to realize, like, what am I doing this for? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And I started to like unpack those layers. And during the process of me dwindling down, like my business going down and me not making the money I was making, me not being able to live the way I want to live, me not being able to just enjoy the things I wanted to enjoy, it started to make me realize, like, maybe I wasn't fulfilled because I wasn't living in my purpose. I wasn't living in my passion. And I'm a media guy. I love media. I love technology. I love doing things like that. I could sit in front of the computer all day long and I'm the happiest person in the world. But if I'm doing something other than that, sometimes it doesn't make me happy. And I could be honest with you. When you're doing something that really you enjoy to do and you love to do, and you can make a living from it, it's a totally different feeling. And that's what I end up doing, because now, like, even with Earn Your Leisure, like, I'm literally the head of like all the media department, right? So like, if that's marketing, if that's websites, or digital assets and editing, things of those nature, right? I'm like, that is my responsibility with Earn Your Leisure, right? I love doing that stuff. Yeah, we got to travel and do that stuff. That's not my passion. I don't really like to travel like that. I used to like to travel until I traveled, and now I don't like to travel, right? But that's a part of the business, right? But like doing those things was my passion. So I enjoy doing that. As we grew, responsibilities, got a little harder, meaning like I had to go travel. I had to do things I had to do that I probably didn't really enjoy doing. But as a CEO, it's going to be times you got to do things you don't want to do, and that's perfectly fine. But it was my passion how we were building it. Like, the journey to building Earn Your Leisure was amazing. Like, it was amazing journey, because where I came from to where I am today, it was a night and day. So, but now, like, I'm starting to make content. I'm starting to help more people. I'm starting to actually live my full potential in terms of the meaning of my life and the fulfillment of my life. And now I get to talk about my thoughts, right? I've always had this little thing. I wanted to say this or say that, but I was scared what people might think, what people, how people might receive it, being looked at differently. I wasn't really comfortable speaking to you guys, right? So I would just hold these thoughts in. I would hold my ideas in, and I wouldn't give them to the world. And then I started to realize, like, the littlest things could change your whole entire perspective on life. And I'm like, imagine if each episode helps one person. I'm putting out an episode every single day. That means I can help 7 people a week, 365 people a year. I think that's impact. That's impact. And I knew that I enjoy helping people, because I didn't know that I was supposed to help people in this capacity. Like, I was good with helping my friends and my family, things like that. That's what I was really good with. But I really didn't know about helping a stranger that never even knew me. I never really was good at that. And I think that's the new season in my life, right? This is the growth season. 2024 is my growth season. I'm starting to step outside of my shell and be more involved into globally, like the world and people. And I enjoy coming on this podcast and speaking to you guys and trying to give as much information and valuable information as possible. in return, what that's done for me, it's made me I'm at the happiest point in my life. Yes, because yes, I have a son. Yes, I have a fiance, but I'm also walking in my purpose. I'm living a fulfilled life because what I'm doing today is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I didn't have the courage to do. And now that I have the courage to do it, it gives me that fulfillment that was missing. And I'm telling you, when you start living in your purpose and you living in your passion, the fulfillment is so amazing. Like sometimes even the money, like this ain't making no money. It's not generating money by me getting on this podcast and speaking. Yeah, it may make money, but it may not make money. So it was never about the money. It was about changing people's lives, right? It was about getting my thoughts out to the world. It was about being able to release information that some people may not know. And that's why I got different sections of the podcast, right? I have a relationship section. I have a classroom section. I have an inspirational section. I have a tool section. I got so many different elements because I understand what it takes to be great, right? Because I came from a place where I wasn't so great. And now I'm starting to realize and journal every part of my life. And now I'm getting to see different aspects of my life and how it improved my life. And now if I can give this information to someone like you that's listening to this and that may be in a space where you're not the most fulfilled, you're not living in your passion, you're doing things for the wrong reasons, this episode might help you be inspired to change what you're doing, right? And what does that look like? You might be a plumber, right? But God called you to be a carpenter. Who knows, right? And then you might say, damn, I really love carpentry, right? I really, really love carpentry. This episode might make you jump into that. And it's like, you have these thoughts in your mind. You have this vision in your mind. It's just a little cloudy, right? But I'm telling you, blow away the fog and really look at the vision. Look what makes you happy. Really come embrace your purpose, and you start living in that purpose. The fulfillment is going to be so gratifying that words can't describe what you're feeling. And that's what my purpose was for this episode, was to speak to people that are in a place that are unfulfilled and that can make one change in their life, and maybe that would get them that much closer to being fulfilled. Because you have to live in your purpose. You have to live with passion. If you're doing something and you're not passionate about it, that's hard. It's really hard. And I will pray for you guys because I do love you guys and I appreciate the support. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate subscribing. Everything that you guys are tuning in and commenting, I truly appreciate it. And I'm very thankful. It gives me even more reason to continue to make content, continue to wake up. Like half my episodes are recorded at 4 a.m. Why? Because I've been traveling and I record, like there's been 2 times where I recorded, a week's worth of episodes in a day. And the other 2 times I recorded like sporadically through the week, because it's just that the way my time has been, I've only been able to record like 5. I was going to do 5 episodes a week. And then when I started the podcast, I said, I'm doing 2 days. So that added 2 more days. Those 2 days a week I never had because I only recorded the 2-5. And like it threw me off. So I haven't really caught up yet to the 7 days a week. And I may continue to do 7 days, I may not. What I did say is that I'm going to continue this podcast for 30 days straight. I'm going to give you 30 days of episodes every single day for 30 days, right? Then I'm going to reevaluate myself, see what makes sense. I like the fact that I came up with a structure of making 7 episodes where it makes it possible, but I have to really sit down with myself and see, can I record 7 episodes in 2 or 3 hours one day? And if I can, then maybe I will. But it's all about workflows too, right? So if I said I'm going to do 1 episode and I'm going to talk about all these different things, maybe that might make it easier, right? Like I might talk about health one time. I might talk about mindset. Then I might give you a class. I might give you a relationship, something like that. You know, I don't know. I'm still working on workflows for the 7 days a week episode. But whether that be the case or not, my purpose is to find your purpose. If you can find your purpose, you can find fulfillment in life. And we only got one chance at this. So make sure you make the best of this. Make the best of your life. And that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. You know, as usual, I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you on tomorrow.